We just wrapped the unplanned departure story. So this is the real story submission that I received. And like usual, I'm going to be reading it from my laptop, so I will not be looking at the camera. Longtime follower here. It dates back to when you still used that silly voice filter a couple years ago. If you know, you know. My story happened about 23 years ago when I got married, but I feel like it would fit great on your page and be pretty entertaining. I already changed the names for you, but this is the wedding funeral story for your viewing pleasure. My husband and I had been planning our wedding for almost 18 months when 2 months before my wedding, my uncle passed away. We will call him Bill. He passed away from a heart attack, so it was unexpected and sad, and our whole family rallied around my aunt to help her through the tough times. We will call her Jan for this story. We all kept asking her what she was planning to do for his funeral, and she said she definitely did not want to do the normal standard funeral because he was being cremated, and she wanted to do a big party celebrating his life sometime down the road when she was more prepared and less emotional. We all agreed that that would be a fabulous idea and told her to let us know what she needed from us to get everything organized. It wasn't until I received a call from my venue about my aunt's additions to my wedding that we found out that she thought it was appropriate to combine my uncle's celebration of life and my wedding day. She had called her several times asking to add 4 large tables and had asked about saying a speech about his life before the dinner service. She also planned to put pictures of Uncle Bill all over and have a table displaying his life's best moments. I immediately went to my aunt and told her that as much as I love Uncle Bill, I wouldn't be adding people to the wedding and she cannot do a eulogy at my wedding either. Even the pictures were a bit too much for me. She played the grieving widow card hard. She thought I would be totally fine with this idea because everyone was already going to be together for my wedding day. We finally settled that we would put out his favorite snacks at the favor table at the end of the night, and I would reserve a seat for him at the ceremony and at the dinner. But we said absolutely no speeches about Uncle Bill or anything else that she had suggested to our venue coordinator. She agreed she would hold all of that off until his celebration of life on another date, and we all offered once again to help her plan when she was ready after the wedding was done. Now, back in the day, you didn't hire security for your wedding, but we were on high alert that Aunt Jan might pull something crazy, and that she did. But nothing could have prepared us for the things that she did on my wedding day. On the day of the wedding, she showed up early in the parking lot, drinking Uncle Bill's favorite drinks and tailgating my wedding 3.5 hours before our ceremony started. She had coolers and was blasting his music on a boombox. She wore all black with a veil covering her head like the corpse bride. Looked like she was going trick-or-treating. During the dinner service, she asked the DJ for the microphone to give a toast. He assumed that she was giving a toast to the bride and groom, so he gave her the microphone not knowing. She went on to speak about my Uncle Bill for over 15 minutes and then started sobbing uncontrollably. My mom had to console her and sit her down at the table. I'll blame the crying on the pre-wedding funeral tailgate she hosted. She brought him up in every conversation, and she was clearly overly intoxicated the whole wedding. Now here's the weirdest part. She made a teddy bear out of his favorite shirt and carried it around with her at the wedding, putting it in a seat and not letting anyone touch it or pick it up. Not a bad thing to remember someone. I actually thought it was very creative, but I thought it was weird that she did this at my wedding. She also did in fact try to sneak several people into the wedding that were not on the guest list. Some of her family from the other side had come into town because she had previously told them that it was a celebration of life at our wedding. Our venue accommodated them because they just thought we messed up the count and extra people had shown up. Everyone was scrambling. All in all, it was fine. We had a beautiful wedding and a few too many shout outs to Uncle Bill throughout the night. We all ended up celebrating his life 2 months after the wedding, where we scattered his ashes out at the beach, his favorite place. As a joke to my aunt, I wore my wedding veil to get back at her. I know Uncle Bill was laughing up there. I truly think she was grieving and was just trying to get through the times by piggybacking off my wedding so she didn't have to plan anything herself. It's actually funny to talk about now that the years have passed, but I was so annoyed during the week of my wedding that she caused so much unnecessary drama and she was a drunken mess the day of. She is doing well now. Aunt Jan got remarried, and hopefully that partner never dies before someone else's wedding in our family. Thank you for all that you do. I hope I get to see this one on TikTok one day. And she submitted this story to me in May of 2025, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, I made some changes and enhanced it with the Grinch cutout instead of the teddy bear. And I love that she had some follow-up about what happened after the wedding and how it's kind of a joke nowadays that her aunt acted like this. So yeah, hope you love that one.